Okay, final part of the video. Here we go. Jorah, why he'll betray Daenerys. Part 3. Okay, now I want to try to finish this video. I want to try to finish this topic on this video because I think 3 videos now is getting ridiculous. But here we go. Jorah. Why I believe he could be the prince that was promised and Azor Ahai. It fits into why he'll betray Daenerys. Why? Because first of all, I believe Jorah will betray Daenerys, but I believe Jorah will kill Daenerys. No, I'm not. No, before I begin, this is where the really big theory stuff comes in, and I'm not going to claim I know full well the whole theory, and I have read all the books. I remember that and all that stuff. But I'm mainly a show watcher. But here's what I think could happen, especially. And there's going to be a lot of assuming going on that this will happen, but I'm not going to fill in the blanks completely because that would take up so much time. Like, for example, I believe that Jorah will somehow get Longclaw back. His father gave Jon that sword because Jorah had disgraced his house, he ran away and all that, so he gave it to Jon. But I believe Longclaw will come back into Jorah's possession. Somehow in some way. I don't know if Jon may hand it to him because he feels like it's his. Maybe Jorah does something. Maybe he meets Jon, he does something that makes Jon give him the sword. But some way, somehow, I believe at one point, Longclaw will come back into Jorah's possession. Now this is where I think it's interesting. I believe that if Longclaw, and a lot of people starting to believe, especially with the whole Jon Snow thing, Longclaw could be Lightbringer. And if it gets to Jorah's possession, this will help further my theory. I believe Longclaw could possibly be Lightbringer, and that, of course, as I believe Jorah could be Azor Ahai, it fits well. So here's the thing: in the prophecy of Azor Ahai, the Prince Promise, when he was forging, this is where things will get iffy now. When he was forging the sword, it wouldn't work. So after a period of a couple of days, he wouldn't work. So he had to stab a lion in the heart, kill it. It still wasn't strong enough. Then eventually he had to kill his own wife, his true love. And eventually the sword worked from her blood. Or something to that degree. I'm not going to go completely into it, but you get the basic gist. So, the thing is that there's a lot of interesting parallels in the story right now in Game of Thrones, how this could work. Let's just say Jorah does get Longclaw back in his possession. And he is indeed Azor Ahai. Who are the lion and who's the true love? And let's get the obvious out of the way first. There is no one in that world who loves each other like Jorah loves Daenerys. I mean, by God, I think we can all agree. You can say, some people may find it a bit creepy, some other people may find it sweet, but there's no denying Jorah loves Daenerys. Thing is, he also wants to go home. And let's be fair, Daenerys is bringing a lot of threats back to his home, the Raki, the Grey choice, but he still feels confident in her. But if she was ever to go mad, I think Jorah would side against her for his home, because I sense there was always a sense that he wanted to redeem himself. He felt bad for what he did for bringing disgrace to his family, especially when Tyrion accidentally revealed his father's fate to him in season 5. I don't know, I think Jorah's always looking for redemption. And if Daenerys doesn't go mad, it would be tragic, but I feel like he would go against her. And at one point, end up killing her with Longclaw. Hence, that would be one part of the prophecy fulfilled. Hey, another part. I'm not sure if that's part of the prophecy, but it is a story involving Azor Ahai, Prince Promise, as far as I'm aware. Then, of course, there's the lion. Who could the lion be? No, it's probably not going to be Cersei. And I don't think it's Tyrion. I think the lion he will kill will be Jaime Lannister. Here's why. I know, there's going to be a lot of assuming on this part now. Let's assume Jorah ends up at King's Landing roughly the same times with Daenerys. How? We'll just give that part. Basically, I believe Jaime will kill Cersei. Him being the Falcon Car, he'll choke out Cersei or something. She's dead. And then soon after, he sees Daenerys' army coming. And Jaime pretty much knows it's a losing battle, but thanks to Brienne and all that, he believes that he has some honour left. That he wants, again, I think he kind of wants to redeem himself, so he has some honour. So he will take charge and lead the defence against this overwhelming force. Go down fighting. And I believe in the course of this, if you remember, then Jaime said to Bronn when they were on a boat to Dorne in season 5. I believe something along the lines of, the next time I see my brother, I'll put my sword through his skull. So what if he does see Tyrion? Well, somehow they do end up meeting. Maybe Tyrion tries to talk him down, but Jaime is furious that Tyrion's bringing his army to King's Landing. And of course, after killing Cersei, he's not in the right state of mind, so he may try to actually kill Tyrion. And what if Jorah somehow intervenes and tries to defend Tyrion, and in the process, with Jaime being left losing his good hand, ends up killing Jaime, hence the lion. This would obviously be before he kills Daenerys. I feel like Jorah would still be loyal to Daenerys at this point. Daenerys hasn't gotten mad yet. But along that line, he kills Jaime. And as Jaime's end, Jaime killed Cersei, Jorah killed Jaime while defending Tyrion. It would be a very interesting thing to see. Yeah, you can tell how this theory starts getting a bit out there a little, but I still think it's possible, to be fair, as long as they can fit in how everyone ends up there fine. So then, yeah, so Jaime's the lion, Daenerys is the true love, there's Lightbringer. Now, there's of course the big one. Born amid salt and, what was it? Salt and smoke, that was it. And I believe, quick thing, I'm not going to go through every inch of the prophecy, but if you want to see a video that does go into that, I would recommend checking out the Game Theory's YouTube channel, other YouTube channel, Film Theory. He makes a great video discussing how Jorah could be Azor Ahai. And it's kind of inspiration behind this video. Along with, he also made a video recently, a great one about how Daenerys could go mad, just using genetics and using families and incest and all. That's very intriguing. I recommend you go check him out. But anyway, back to this quickly. So, yeah. Smoke and salt. I get the salt part. I believe the salt part could have something to do with the grayscale. I believe if he gets cured from the grayscale, that could be seen as him being reborn again. With his third chance in life. His second, I believe, was technically the first time I feel like he was reborn was when Daenerys walked into the flames and walked out with the flames went out and she stood up with the dragons in her hands, the eggs had hatched, she was born, and that was when Jorah really swore to serve her, and as he said to Tyrion, I'll never forget something like that in my life again. It stopped making him a cynic, and I believe that was him being reborn. Again, he had new purpose life to serve Daenerys, and I believe that once the grayscale gets cured, if it gets cured, that is him reborn through salt. Again, a third time reborn with a new purpose. What that is, I believe it's for to be a Azor Ahai, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's what I believe it could be. And also, there's one last thing. Quaid, it was in season 2, and she said to Jorah on TV, so, will you betray her again, Jorah? And he said, never. I was wondering, why did they bring that up? This could be why. And I believe in the books, she says something a bit more, and she says, I believe to Jorah or Daenerys, she will be betrayed 3 times, and I'm not sure, but I believe she said the third and last will be the worst, and there is no betrayal that could hurt or devastate her more than Jorah betraying her. Yet again, especially after all the stuff they've gone through at the moment. But if she goes mad, Jorah wouldn't have a choice. And now that he knows that Jon Snow, it could be the better option, and that he is the leader Daenerys thought Daenerys could be at the start, he may realise he has no choice and has to fight on the side of Jon Snow and kill Daenerys. Especially with the White Walkers coming. I mean, who knows? There's so much stuff going on. No one knows how it's actually going to play out. But that's how I feel it could happen. And you also remember, who is the person that created all this? George R. R. Martin. He always said he wants to stop doing generic fantasy tropes. And Jon Snow and Daenerys being Azor Ahai, the Prince of Promise, does seem a bit obvious, a bit generic. Awesome, mind you, but... And of course, like Jorah being in love with the girl and all that, still kind of generic, but Jorah having to betray his love to become the hero who will save them all. Now that's a tragedy that would fit well in George R. R. Martin's world and storytelling. I believe that's all I wanted to say. I like to think I got all my points across and why I believe Jorah could become Azor Ahai and why and why he is going to betray Daenerys. And the thing I like with this theory is that not only is it possible, I also think it could be plausible. Well, I mean that you see some theories that are way out there. They are saying, I love it, but it's really, really tiny little long saw. And this could be. Some people may think this could be, but I feel like if they do it the right way, this could seem very plausible. There's nothing like so out there yet. I mean, Daenerys, there is signs of her going mad. Jon is the capable leader. Jorah has had these, like, the fact that he's seen Daenerys slowly become what she is. The fact that, Jorah's been through a lot. His story's been like, he's wanted to serve this woman his entire life. And the tragedy of him having to kill this woman she loves for the greater good is something that I think is very Game of Thrones-esque. And I feel like this could be something that could happen. But again, this is just a theory. I hope you enjoyed this theory. I really enjoyed discussing it. I think it's a very intriguing theory. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's not plausible at all? It's crazy. Or do you think it could be? It's interesting. It's intriguing. The best part about discussing Game of Thrones theory is seeing what other people think and the craziness that we can get up to. Because by God, Game of Thrones is just bait for theories. I mean, I've never seen a show that has such crazy theories in my life. And it's really awesome. The YouTube community around theories is one of the best parts besides Game of Thrones show and books themselves. I think I've talked enough for one day, honestly. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, please comment, let me know what you think. And let me know any theories you're interested in. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.